Okay, so since my live doesn't want to work, I figured I will just record it and we'll put it on Facebook, and then I will do a live another time when it actually wants to work. So, to start off, take my little handy dandy Sweet Minerals concealer brush and grab my concealer. I use light because I'm really fair complected, so I just need light. I'm not pasty, but very close. You don't need a whole lot. And I always just pick a little bit up and then tap it off. And my main areas that I like to do are under my eyes because I have like dark circles. One of my friends and one of her wives, Lauren, she called them mom bags. So, which would be an accurate statement. With two little ones, definitely accurate. But I don't get all fancy with it. I just kind of like put it under there just a little bit. And like I said, I'm only grabbing just the smallest amount. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's not a lot at all. So. Uh-oh. I hear a baby coming. Okay, so now that I have my concealer on, I grab my foundation, which I am fairly light is what I use, which is 110. Oh, my kids. Okay, go play with David, baby. I'll be out in just a little bit, okay?
There's a baby in here. There's a baby. Oh, here's the baby.
Yes, the baby's in here.
Hey. Hey, come on. Out,
So I'm
out.
tap it off.
Out, everybody, out.
Oh my gosh.
Out.
And I just kind of like put it on. I know it's kind of hard to see. The lighting isn't super great in here. But I just grab a little bit, tap it off, and work it kind of all over. And I really love the coverage that this gives. I feel like it's just enough. Like, it gives you enough coverage where, like, obviously people can probably tell because your skin tone is, like, even. Well, at least for me. My skin tone is, like, more even. But it's not too much, like, where it's cakey and, like, it's like, oh my gosh, you just frosted your face. So, that's what I really love about this. I swear you'd think I'm a mom to an adult too, because he's behind me, David, and he's like crawling on the floor basically. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he's doing. You just want your phone? Oh, okay. There you go. Take it. You're trying not to interrupt my video. Oh, that's great. And obviously, when I started, I already had my brows done. Just because I probably couldn't do brows on a live video. Because it requires more of like a looking at the camera kind of thing. Or looking at the mirror kind of thing. Versus like, obviously now I'm not like looking at the camera a whole lot. Or the mirror. So, that's what's going on here. And, when I have my brows done, sometimes I go around them with the foundation, with the concealer brush. Because it's easier to get, like, around them. So yeah, this is not planned at all. When I was gonna do my live, I was just like, oh, well, I got off work today, so I might as well get ready before taking the kids to Tama for the parade tonight. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're gonna go, or it's not a parade, it's a Halloween like go around, and there's some businesses that set up and stuff. So it's looking pretty good. It probably takes me a lot longer than most people, but I like to make sure I got everything. And since I have like a lot of red spots, especially like here, it takes me a little longer, but the coverage that this gives is like super great. So, okay, I'm done with that. Oh yes, this kabuki brush, literally my favorite thing. It is so fluffy, but it's also like very like soft, and like there's a lot of hairs in it. It's not real hair, it's synthetic, but it's very like the hairs are really compacted, so like at the end you have like a lot of, I guess it's a better handle is what I'm trying to say, so you can manipulate it kind of the way you want to. And then I'm going to take my bronzer, which I use Island Tan, and it is, I'll show you guys the color here in a second. I always tap off the excess. And I always like to do mine right at the bottom of my cheekbone. On both sides. And I leave it looking a little rough now, because after I put the blush on, I'm going to go through and blend it out. I'm kind of forgetting that there's like a mirror in front of me, so I'm just kind of like looking at the camera. But looking fierce right now. Word. Sorry, I like to pretend that I'm like a hipster, but I'm really not that popular. It's okay. And then I just like to do kind of like the forehead area down, just to make it look a little symmetrical. Like, who said you wouldn't use geometry outside of high school? Symmetrical, my face. Sorry. Okay, so that's looking pretty hot right now. Like a hot mess anyways. And if you know me outside of like the Facebook world, you know I'm very sarcastic. So I like to make like very stupid jokes. So just bear with me if you hear one of those. You've already probably heard a couple. And then I take the multitasker brush again. I don't know if I introduced this. This is the multitasker brush. I use it for my bronzer, and then I also use it for my blush. And, the bronzer that I used is Island Tan. I don't know if I showed you guys or not. I forgot. So the blush I use is Peach Daiquiri. And it's just very, like, subtle pink. So it's not, like, super crazy or out there or anything like that. But it's just enough to make it look like you have cheeks, I guess. And I take it and I just kind of swipe it right above where I put the bronzer. Girl. And I always tap off my brush. So when I take some, I always like tap some of it off. Because a little of this goes a super long way, guys. So it's very, I don't know. I feel like you describe foundation as buildable, but I feel like all of these minerals are very buildable. So you definitely don't, you want to start out small and then work. And then I like to blend it in. So I don't look like that Neapolitan ice cream. That's what it is. So it's not like white and then brown and then pink. So it all kind of looks like it's cohesive, kind of. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Oh, the baby's here too. Oh, the baby's here. But yeah, I just kind of blend it in just a little bit. Okay, okay, honey. He's like pulling himself up on me. Okay. You want to come onto the camera? Come here. Come here. Oh, yes. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Kaden, how do I look?
Good.
Good? Good. Mwah. Okay, you got to go back to Daddy, okay? Can you go back to Daddy?
Daddy isn't here.
Where'd he go? Where'd David go? Okay. Go back to David.
I don't know where he is.
Don't lie to me.
I have no clue. Mommy, I have no clue.
I can tell when you're lying to me.
No. Look.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm freezing.
Okay. So that's put on. Good to go. And then the last thing I do for face-wise is the veil. And it just basically like, it's basically like a clear coat for your face. So when you go get your car washed and waxed and then you put a clear coat on, that's what this is. And I use the original, which is like a white, but it basically helps the minerals to stay in place and last throughout the day. So it's very like important in that aspect. Kaden, please.
I don't know where he is.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I don't. Come look. No clue. No clue.
And again, I use the multitasker brush to like kind of just put it all over my face. Okay. So that's done. My gosh. Okay. And then Kaden. Where did David go, really?
I don't know.
I know when you're not telling me the truth, kiddo.
No, come look.
David! Come grab the baby!
I didn't know he was on
Oh
the
my
bathroom.
gosh. Okay. So the last thing I do is my eyes. And today I'm... Kaden, come on, please. I'm doing makeup. Please. I love you. I'm just going to do like a very subtle smoky eye. Which I'm probably going to have to look at the mirror for this one because that's not something I can do without it, I think. So the first color I'm using is, it's called Chocolate Soleil. I don't know if I said that right. But it's just basically like a brown. And I'm gonna put it like kind of in the corner here. And just kind of like twirl it this way. I don't know what the technical makeup term is, so. Keep in mind that like everything I've learned from makeup is like trial and error or watching somebody else do it. So I'm not a makeup artist. I know, honestly, very little when it comes to makeup, but I just kind of do whatever I feel like, whatever I feel comfortable with. Oh, I should take that off. So none of this is like I went to college for it and studied a lot and learned this. I went to college to be a nurse. So this is a whole separate ball game. Completely. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of do what I feel comfortable doing. And so much of it is trial and error that you just kind of have to figure out what works. And you can learn a lot from other people, don't get me wrong, but you just kind of have to experiment with what works good for you and what you think you like. And go from there, because honestly, that's like the way you learn, or at least that's the way I learn. So I got that put on kind of my lid and just up a little bit. And then I'm going to take this brownie nut color, and it's like a lighter pinkish brown almost. And, aw, what are you doing? They're playing over there. And, I'm going to put it like in my middle and work it towards my inner eye. And just like circular motions, just kind of putting it all on there. And again, the same thing on the other eye. Nothing super fancy. Just trying out what I know works. Okay. And these are all colors. These 3 eyeshadows that I'm using are all colors from, let me pull out my little handy dandy guide to knowing what's what in makeup. I should know this, but I don't. They are all, oh gosh, if I could find it, colors in our neutral palette. So each palette comes with 5 colors. I'm using 3 of those today. And the last color that I'm going to use is Milkshake. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. And it's a, I don't know what to call it. It's like a very whitish brown. It has a little bit of a pink hint to it. And I'm going to use this up on my brow bone just a little bit to kind of highlight my brow bone. And then I'm also going to use it on like my inner corners, so it all looks kind of cohesive. And I always take it when I put it on my brow bone and kind of blend it down and back from the inside to the outside of my eye. Because I think it works better that way. And I think it looks more symmetrical, geometrical, spherical. Math terms. That's what I feel like it does. So then I'm just going to take just a little bit. Oh, and that's not makeup on my shirt. That's like dust. I don't know what's going on. But if you, like I said, if you tap this stuff off, because it's so highly pigmented, it's very buildable. And I'm just putting it kind of like in my inner corner, so it all looks very cohesive. And then I just kind of swipe everything out. So it blends the light to the medium to the dark. I like it. I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. Very neutral color for just about anything you can think of. Now, I personally don't wear eyeliner like a lot or usually ever. So I'm not going to show you how I do eyeliner today because there's really no point in it. I usually don't wear it. There's something about eyeliner that I just don't like. I don't like getting that close to my eyes with things. But I do want to show you how I do my lashes. And oh my gosh, these babies right here are like life. I'm actually doing really good on time, I'm not gonna lie. Usually it takes me a decent amount of time to do all of this. But I'm doing pretty good. I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. It all looks pretty even. I feel like I can blend that up just a little bit more. And I'm very simple. Like, I have these 5 brushes. Not that one. That's not the one I need. These 5 brushes and then this like spoolie brush just to comb my eyebrows out. But these are like my go-tos. Actually, they're really all I use because that's all I feel like I need. So if I can't get it done with one of those brushes, it probably isn't necessary. Sorry, I have to laugh at my own jokes. I think I'm pretty funny, even though most people don't. It's okay. I'll laugh for you guys. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes, which is scary in itself. Like, let me tell you. It feels like, yeah, it just doesn't feel great curling your lashes. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but I'm like a very claustrophobic person, and so having anything close to me, especially my eyes, is like, girl, please. So anyways, back to our lashes. So they come in this box, obviously, and there's 2 of them. Like, why? Because you'll see in a minute. So they come in this cute little whatever case. I pop them out of there. You got 2 tubes. You've got, it's probably hard to see, the taller one and the shorter one. And so what we do is, I'm gonna have to use the mirror for this because, like I said, guys, this is too close for comfort. But I love this stuff. I actually went to Boy Scouts with my son. We went to Camp Matigua, which is like outside of Boone, a couple, like 2 weekends ago maybe. And it was like raining out and I didn't bring a jacket, but I also wore like, not a full face of makeup, but I wore the lashes, which, this stuff it doesn't claim to be waterproof, but, it wasn't all over my face, so I'm gonna go with it. But yeah, I was surprised, like, after 2 hours of walking, and it was like, it would go from raining to like misting to raining again. And I took my makeup off that night. Like, I wasn't having it. The rain had nothing on me. So, but as you guys can see, like, now that I curled my lashes, they're like, they're existent, but, they're not long. So I'm gonna do one eye first. Sorry if you guys are looking at my nose right now. Hopefully I don't have anything up there, but if I do, sorry guys. So, and you just kind of want to get it all coated. And I like this brush. Like this, it separates your lashes as you're putting on this is called the gel, basically. it's gel and then the other tube is fibers, and it separates your lashes. So like they're not all clumpy and gross. And don't get me wrong, like some people like that, but not me. I am not one of those people. So the gel is on, and then you take the fibers, and I don't know if you can see them on there, kind of. But I like to just kind of, you don't want to pump your brush because that puts air inside either of these, and that's just not good. So I just like to kind of scoop the sides and make sure all the fibers are like sticking to the wand. And then you just go like half of your length of the lash, so midpoint to tip, and just kind of work them up. And then, a lot of times I like to use a blow dryer because for some reason when you blow dry, it like blow dries things up. I don't know how it works. The power of, maybe I should have paid more attention in physics class or science class or whatever class that is. But it like dries them up so they stay up. Genius. I mean, like, whoever came up with that hack was like literally a genius, because I don't use a blow dryer for anything else, but I own one specifically for my lashes. And then you seal it again with the gel. So go back over. You can't be that close to the mirror. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, you can tell I have lashes now. And that's just with one coat. Like, one coat. So, but you can build this stuff too. Like, it's very buildable. So if you want to do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, or if you want your lashes to touch your hairline. No, I'm not going to make that promise because that's why, but you can build it. So it's very simple to like make it longer and longer and longer. So it just depends on how long you want it. Obviously, I'm not doing like something super special tonight, so I'm just gonna go with one coat and done. And then I'm gonna do my other one really fast. Oh, and the great thing about this versus like, I know I've used drugstore mascaras before, and even yeah, I'm not gonna mention the other mascara company, but a lot of mascaras, when you take them off, you have to like scrub them you have to like scrub your lashes kind of hard in order to get the makeup off, or like if you wear eyeliner or whatever, and then your lashes start to fall out. And this stuff comes off so smoothly, and it doesn't pull your lashes out. Like, so that to me is like super important in itself. So now I'm going back through, I'm taking kind of like the excess fibers off the wand, and then I'm gonna go put the fibers on. And you don't want to go all the way to the base of your lashes. Based, like I'm basting a turkey or something. Base of your lashes, because you don't want to get these in your eye. Like, it's not gonna hurt, but sometimes it'll feel like you have a lash in your eye, like that feeling. Nobody wants that. So, and it's really not necessary to go all the way down to the base of your lash with the fibers. I do with the gel, but I do with any other mascara. But I definitely wouldn't with the fibers. It's because you don't need length down there anyways, and why run the risk of like getting something in your eye? All right. And I do want to mention that everything I've shown you thus far, other than the eyelash curler, which is like store brand, you get with your welcome kit. So if you decide to join, which obviously, like, I love this company. I think the makeup is great, but getting free makeup and stuff is even better. And so when you join and you get like a ton of makeup for $99, it's kind of a big deal. So all of the stuff that I've shown you this far, aside from the eyelash curler, comes in a welcome kit, which is pretty freaking awesome. So now that I've done that, looking nice, kind of, so I'm going to do the last thing I usually do, which is lipstick, because everything else is done. And this one I actually got in it's called Mellow Mauve, and I love this color. I absolutely positively love it. And I got it in our, what did I buy? It was our seasonal, like, kit type thing. It was for $85, and I got like 5 eyeshadows, 2 lipsticks, and a blush. That's what it was. And oh my gosh, guys, you just have to, I love it. See that? That color is like, mind blown. Yeah, but overall, oh my gosh. That's fierce, girl. Sorry, I like to give myself little pep talks when I look in the mirror, because why not? So yeah, I'm gonna post after pictures on my Facebook after I upload this. If you have questions, you can comment along, even though obviously I wasn't able to go live because the live feature wasn't working in today.